I'm Wendy Gillette with Small Cap Nation, and joining me is Paul Gudonis, who is the CEO of Myomo, which stands for My Own Motion. And you have three devices, three different models of this device, the Myo Pro. Tell me how it works.
Well, for the millions of people who have paralysis of their arms and hands, after a stroke or a spinal cord injury, shoulder nerve injury, after trying rehab, many of them, millions, have been told that you're never going to use that arm or hand again. And so by wearing this powered brace, a myoelectric orthosis, which is the clinical name for it, we can amplify their attenuated signals and enable them to move their arms and hands again.
Okay, so show me exactly how this functions.
These are custom fabricated by a certified prosthetist or orthotist whom we train, and they fit this on their arm, and it has sensors which just rest on the surface of the skin. And as you try to move that arm, we basically pick up that signal and amplify it. As one of our users, Maggie, said, this is like power steering for my arm.
So it's actually the person thinks, I want to do this, and then it's able to carry it out.
That's right. So when you're trying to move an arm, you're sending a signal from the motor cortex through the spinal cord into the muscle. And the muscle responds by emitting a trace microvoltage, which is called the electromyogram signal. And that you can read on the surface of the skin with our very sensitive sensors, which pick that up and then turn that into motion. If you're trying to move your arm, trying to open and close a hand, we can enable you to do that.
And what kind of people would this be good for?
Well, as I mentioned, there's millions of individuals who have been told you're never going to use your arms or hands again as a result of a neurological injury, whether it's a traumatic brain injury from a car accident. A stroke is the biggest diagnosis, spinal cord injuries. We fit patients with ALS so that they can continue to feed themselves and live independently, even with that disease.
This must be life-changing for people who thought their life as they knew it was over.
Absolutely, and we've had people, decades after their incident who haven't been able to use their arms and hands be able to use that again. They've been able to go back to work, feed themselves, take care of their families, live independently, stay out of a nursing home as a result of using these devices.
Is there anything else like it on the market?
No, it's the only device like this. It was developed at MIT, and we have the exclusive license to these patents. And so the Myo Pro is the only commercially available device. We've already shipped over 600 of these. We've had patients, insurance companies pay for these devices, as well as it's been approved by the VA medical system here in the United States, so that eligible veterans can acquire one as well.
So what do you see for the company in the next year or two? You are going public, right?
That's right. We've raised capital over the last several years from individuals, family offices, the Mountain Group Capital venture firm. And now we filed our Form 1A with the SEC, and we are planning to conduct a public offering here in the next few months.
So what's the next year or 2 years look like?
Well, we've been doing a controlled rollout, working with specific facilities, as I mentioned, the VA medical centers, the Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic, Kennedy Krieger Institute for Spinal Cord Injuries. Having proven this out for the patients, we've gotten really good clinical studies that are being published on this. Now we're going to use the additional capital for growth, not only here in the United States, but we recently announced a multi-year agreement with Ottobock. Ottobock's a billion-dollar German company which specializes in prosthetics for individuals who've lost a limb. This fits very well into their distribution channel. It fits a hole in their product line. So they are now going to start marketing a product here in the U.S., Canada when we get regulatory approval there, and then we plan to launch in Europe this year as well.
So that's a lot more production.
Yes, we expect good, strong growth and use of the capital to put us on a path to profitability here.
All right. Thanks, Paul, so much for joining us today.
Wendy, thank you very much as well.
And for more, go to smallcapnation.com. I'm Wendy Gillette with Small Cap Nation.